popped it in, I started playing it, and I'm just like, yeah, it's just as corny as I remember season 1. And then season 2 happens, and I'm like, oh wow, this actually has like character development. Then it's like season 3, and I'm just like, wow, like this is an awesome show.
Welcome to Life and Times with Patrick Banks. Today, I'm with one of my oldest friends. We've known each other since grade 3. We met at Holy Cross Catholic School. Now in grade 3, he would take the bus across the city all by himself. I remember being amazed. I was like, I wish I could do that. He was one of the first people I ever knew to get a job, and he quickly worked his way up to manager. Now, it wasn't McDonald's, but I hear they're a great place to work.
That's what they say.
I remember in high school, he had introduced me to a game where we'd look at the graduate class photos and play Find the Black Person. I give you Kevon. Do you remember that game?
No, but that sounds like me. Oh.
Well, it's true. You know, we live in a very Eurocentric place, and especially growing up in the 90s, I remember looking at this game. There's always there's one. Like, were there any other like black kids in your classes with you?
Like when I started, right, there's these 2 kids. I forget their names, but they had cool names. They're from Africa, right? And I don't know. Those are the 2 at the school. And then Nahum was a year above me. And then there was this competition where we built gingerbread houses, and in kindergarten, they snapped a picture of everyone, and then I got in the paper because some kind of photogenic thing. And then I kept pointing to people saying, hey, I'm in the paper. And they said, no, you're not. That's, those kids over there. I'm like, no, that's me. But it couldn't prove it. Damn them. But, whatever.
Your parents are immigrants, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Trinidad.
Yeah. Were you born in Canada?
Yes, I was. Winnipeg, Manitoba, born and raised right in St. Boniface Hospital.
Yeah, boy. I think I might have been born there too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's the biggest hospital in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Health Science keeps trying to take it away. At least that's what the volunteer services told me when I worked there. And then I actually got a job. So I did work at the hospital. Yeah, no, it's the biggest one. It's the best one for heart care. And if I'm wrong, fact check me and then cancel me deliberately.
No, there's no canceling on this show. I know I only kind of recently started getting in touch with my heritage. I'm Métis, but, due to racism in Winnipeg during the time when my dad was growing up, even until recently, I only just got my status a couple years ago, and I got it for school. I got it so I could get scholarships at school. And so I didn't get it until I was 30 years old. The whole time growing up, it was like, we're French, because if you told people you were native back in the day, you were treated like less than garbage. Did you ever experience any racism?
It'd be a lie to say no, but at the same time, if I were to say yes, I don't want to invoke any kind of the help type of stuff, 12 years a slave. What it really was is like kids are building a tree house, and then I want to build a tree house with the kids. But they say no. And then I go, well, why? And then it's like a process of elimination where you're just like, is this why? So you never really know. Okay, there's a story that I tell each and every one of the people that I've ever dated in my life in kindergarten, where they were playing bingo, right? It was the first time we were playing bingo in kindergarten. And oh God, this is terrible.
Tell me the story. Come on.
No, this is okay. So, whatever, the prize was those crazy laces that you pull, right? You don't have to tie your laces. Bingo. As a kid, that's excellent. So I win, right? God shined down on me. I won. And I said, bingo, bingo. But the teacher was just like, oh, well, if you said bingo once, you would have won. But you said it twice. And I'm just like, even I'm 34. Even right now, I'm going like, what the hell was that? That doesn't make a lick of sense. You take away, this is my first, I don't think I've ever won bingo since.
First and only bingo win.
Yeah, and it's just it puzzles me, right? And then, like you said, it was a Catholic school, right? And there's just 2 people in our classes that were left-handed. And the way my mom tells the stories, I used both hands, and then the teacher came along and put it in the left. Of course, she wasn't there, but it was just what a weird decision to make. But
they put it in your left hand?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually surprising me. I know back in the day, they would discourage left-handedness.
See? So it's just why would you do that? But I'd rather be left-handed. If I could go back and do it again, every time I'd choose the left hand. I would, I like it. But again, there's no proof that any of that was racist. It's just a weird thing that I'd be like, well, why? It could be my personality, right? Just turning a bunch of people off en masse. And if I heard that, then it's like, it's good, because that means that I had a purpose in this world and I really made a change.
You think your purpose is to turn people off?
No, but it's, that person will remember me forever. Like, they took my bingo card away. I remember them, but they made me left-handed because they didn't like me. So I was a part of their life. Yeah, it's a little bootstrap paradox, right? Did I create me or did they create me?
I think we're all a mixture of nature and nurture, for sure. I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's clear that there's genetic components. Like, are you aware of genetic memory?
I've heard about genetic something trauma or something like that. That's kind of like your ancestors do something a certain way, and then years down the line, you have that same kind of tick, even though you've never really...
I feel like there's probably... I'm also not a neuroscientist, I'm not an expert on this sort of thing, but yeah, it's like there's like something in your genetics that comes along, like pulls forward. So like obviously like that would be the nature part of it, and then obviously your external environment is going to help shape who you are as well. Like you're going to have like your innate, like your brain chemistry and your brain structure, and just your family and your values, and I feel like there's a lot that goes into us becoming who we are.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. If you're born somewhere else, would you be the same person? Or would you be, who you are right now, and you would just carry that through? It's kind of what I think sometimes. If I was born a province over or back or in Trinidad, would I be this person? Like, would I still have the same kind of personality, or would I be like different? Would I like soccer more, or would I like basketball?
You'd probably like soccer more.
Yeah, if it was Trinidad, yeah, that was a bad example. Like, would I like cricket?
Cricket? Nobody understands cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
Have you ever been back to Trinidad?
Yeah, it's like 18 years and counting now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every year is supposed to be, I don't know. I'm supposed to be, I should make a plan. They want me back.
Hey, maybe that's where you'll find your wife.
Maybe.
I was joking. I just had a roommate who just moved out, and he was from India, came to Canada. But I remember talking to him, I was like, so could you get an arranged marriage if you want? He's like, oh yeah. If I went home, I could have a farm and a wife. And I was like, what, really? And like, without batting an eye, I'm like, could you get me a wife? He's like, oh yeah. I was like,
oh.
He's like, yeah, you just gotta talk to my parents, they'll hook you up. I was like, what?
Parents?
Yeah, it's a different world.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe his parents running like a bridal shop, and he's just like, yeah, what did you think it was? It's no dowry here. Like that lady who put a down payment on a wedding for 27 or something like that. And she's just like, oh, okay, by this year, I'm going to have somebody, and I'll just fill them in because the date's all planned. And I put a $25,000 non-refundable thing, or whatever it was.
I have not heard about this, but please tell me more.
That's all I know. It's one of those things.
It's like an urban legend.
No, it's a video.
Okay.
There are no more urban legends. There's only TikTok and Instagram and with Snapchat, if that still exists.
I'm sure it does. I never became a snapper. Like a very divide, like a cultural divide, age-wise. I feel old using Instagram almost.
Yeah, that's my wheelhouse. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want any more new technology. Myself. Let everyone else have it. Don't even go to TikTok. Instagram. This is good enough. I was happy with Facebook. I didn't even want to join Instagram. That's blame an ex for that. But I'm on there now, so might as well add all the booty models I possibly can. And I'm trying to get to all of them.
All of them. I gotta tell you, I don't know if you're like dating right now or looking at dating, but that is a bad strategy. So girls will look at who you follow, and if they see 200 booty models, they will be like, next for you.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm trying to get all of them, right? If the more you have, it stops being like a put off and it starts being impressive. Like, who isn't this guy following? And it's just like, yeah, I know, right? Like, it's people, they start up yesterday, I joined them the day before. It's just clockwork. I'm that good. I'm following who you're following. And then eventually it'll bring me right back around to my soulmate. And there they'll be clapping cheeks, just double like, and then eloping, I think. No destination wedding. That's
Yeah, you're thinking you're an eloper.
yeah. I'll elope with me and the Instagram model will elope.
Well, I hope you have bank.
Oh no, that's why elope. What, elope is more expensive?
Instagram model's not gonna marry you.
Oh,
Just,
see,
they're not just for your. They're not just unless you're gonna help them make OF content. Like,
I didn't say OnlyFans. I said Instagram model. You know, and then they have the bio that says for bookings. And you know, for what? Maybe it's balloon animals. All right. You know, it's good to have some mystery in a relationship. You know.
Would you date an OnlyFans girl?
I have not met one, so I couldn't say.
But like hypothetically,
I couldn't even picture what they'd be like. You know what I mean? Like, just meet some chick and she would just be like, I'm a neuroscientist, or you know what? If she was a fan of Buffy, then I'd look. If I meet the OnlyFans model. She loves. I ask her. I go, hey, do you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer? And she goes, oh my God, that's my favorite show. And then I ask her, what's your favorite episode? And she doesn't say Once More with Feeling. She doesn't say Hush or Pangs. She doesn't say any of the normie crap. She says something very specific, and then she gives a diatribe. Not a reason, not a justification, a diatribe on why that is her favorite episode. Then I'd be like, okay, let's see your content. And then I'd take a look and I'd be like, and I'd wait out right there, right? So
I also have seen every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was a thing that me, my mom, and my sister would do when I'd visit my mom, like on her weekend. And so I've seen every episode. I cannot tell you a single fucking name of any episode. I pretty recently, within the last 6 months, I think I went to go watch. I probably watched the first episode.
Okay, yeah.
Just for giggles.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I know, the first season is so rough. I haven't watched it in such a long time, but I know that first season is,
Okay, so your dream girl is the Buffy the Vampire Slayer enthusiast.
Maybe. She's in the right place.
Like, I don't know, like your time, I think you're the very 90s era girl you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like, that is gonna be into Buffy the Vampire
No, like,
Slayer.
she does not exist. Like, this person, this OnlyFans model, Instagram girl.
Hey, you never know. There's billions of people.
Yeah, no, there is, right? But I'm not looking to leave where I am, right? If I went, maybe she's in the next province. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be there. I'm only looking out my window and just going like, hey.
What's up?
Yeah, and it says, don't talk to me. And I go, fair enough. Yeah, no. Sir, we told you twice. It's your third warning.
Don't yell at chicks on the street.
No. It's in the neighborhood, right? So it's just pavement. It's not street, right? It's that gray area between the public space and the private space, you know? It's like when one earphone out. That's when it's like, oh, okay, well, you want to hear something. So
You know what, to be honest, that is one of the issues with our era, is, myself included, is everyone has their headphones in all the time. So when you if you approach someone, the first approach is, what? So you have to get the balls to approach twice, because you have to like know they're not gonna know what you said. And then when they pull their earphones out, then you have to say it again. But I'm also not that great at dating, full disclosure. But I would say it's ideal to like join a class or something where you can get FaceTime in over a period of time. You know what I mean? Like, where you can kind of build a rapport and then, you know, have longer conversations and stuff. My experience, that's fine. That's what's worked best for me. Like, I'm honestly not traditionally attractive enough to Tinder or anything. Tinder taught me very fast how ugly I was.
Jesus.
You know, I didn't even.
What's it called? It's on a bell curve if you're really going like that. It's really, there's like, it's a rating of 3. It's like you're hot or you're not, or you're like in that, like, what else do you got going on? And it's like, it's really slanted. So I understand what you mean.
Yeah, back in the day when I was really into poetry, I'd be like, oh, I'm a poet. They'd be like, okay, yeah, whatever. Here, yeah, show me something. And then I'd spit them a poem and they'd be like, wow, you're really good. I'm like, yeah, I know, thanks. You didn't believe me before, did you? You know what I mean? But yeah, talent is invisible. unfortunately. Sometimes I wish it wasn't. And then, yeah. That's why you have to share your gifts. Because people don't know if you're talented.
What chance do you have to display that?
Go to open mics, yeah. Share it on YouTube. That's why I'm working so hard to get this fucking podcast out.
I don't really want that though. I want to be viewed as incredibly incompetent.
Why?
I want to be the Homer Simpson of the relationship.
Stop!
And then get somebody who's like a Marge.
I'll crump with your sweetie pie.
And that way, I don't have to worry about anything. And if something needs to be done, if I do it, then I get a good congratulations. Good for you. Wow. I can't believe you put that square in the square hole. And if things go wrong, then it's just like, oh, well, at least you tried.
Are you being serious?
Partially.
Because I honestly don't think that that's really what women are looking for. Like, I think, like, generally speaking, women want, like, the dude. You know, they want, like the
Oh,
man.
yeah, no, I know they're, yeah.
Like, I guess it depends on, like, what kind of woman you're looking for. Like, you know, like, you're not going to get no hot OnlyFans model that's going to want that.
Not with that attitude.
It's true. You never know. It's true. Women do value, like, funny a lot. You know, you can go a long way if you're funny.
The more they laugh, the more their eyes are closed, and then that's when I win. Yeah, no, like, what I say, that's like, I don't know, like, maybe if I drank more energy drinks, I'd have like more zip and gusto, but I don't know, I'm pretty used to like, okay, if something needs to be done, I'm gonna do it. If I can't do it, it doesn't get done. So it's like, okay, you go to work, you do that. You come home, you kind of do more of that, and then you meet somebody, and then they say, oh, the car's not starting up. And then my brain just goes, oh, okay, did you call the mechanic? Did you do this? Just the idea. Like, okay, let me run this by you. You're dating someone. Then they say, are you hungry? I'm upset now because I heard that question.
Why?
Right? Because I know how to handle food and hunger. I've been doing this for a long time. I'll get something to eat. I got something at home. And if I'm in dire straits, I'll order something. But they ask me if I'm hungry. So now I gotta go, absolutely I could eat. And they say, where do you wanna go? And now the games begin because now I'm like, well, I know what I'm gonna eat. I got food at home. I'll just cook and I'll eat it. But it's like, do you wanna eat this food? What do you got? Oh no. Now it's just like, do you eat this? Do you eat that? And this is all stuff that a kind, generous, loving individual would do. No questions asked. I'm not that person at all. I'm the person who's just like, I'm going to go get something to eat now. And then it's like, oh, I also am hungry. Okay, do we have a plan? Well, let me open up the briefcase, the file folder. We understand that the McDonald's is verboten over 3 times a month. Understood. We understand that cooking at home is more cost effective. Yes. Now, is the food already cooked? Yes. Then we know what we're gonna eat. No questions asked. Like, that's the file folder that I would love. I'd be like, oh wow, this person is just like,
you know what
a
you
robot.
need? You need an autistic girl.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Okay, bro, because I think I might have a little bit of the tism, and I don't mean this negatively in any way. I think you might also have a little bit of the tism.
No, that's not the first time I heard something like that. Yeah.
I don't mean it in a bad way. What you're describing to me is like kind of basic social skills. Terrible basic social skills. So bad. I was working at this yoga studio for like a year, and they let me go because I was not the best person to be working at the front desk. But I learned a lot. You know, when they're asking you if you're hungry, like that's trying to make a connection or trying to like invite you to something. Like I understand you're coming from because I feel like we kind of think similarly, but like people who are like good at social skills don't think that way, right? They'd be like, yeah, I am kind of hungry, you know, or like, you know, it's a game, you know, it's everyone's like as analytical as we are, I think.
Oh yeah, like that's not a problem, right? Like it's okay, I was kind of being a little bit, but yeah, in a more serious manner, right? Relationships work, it doesn't really matter from me, right? It doesn't really matter all the ups and downs, as long as everything that you're getting, like the time that you spend with the time that I've spent with people, as long as that time is better than anything else, and it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter if they fart into the couch cushions all the time and then waft it over to you like an asshole.
Have you experienced that before?
No. I'm just thinking of something that would really piss me off.
Yeah.
It's just like,
don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't do that to me, please. I love you. I wanna love you. You do that, and I want to punch you like you're. Well, I'm not going to. But I mean, like, I have a friend who did that, and there's a guy, and I would punch him in the ribs like a friend. And it's just like, when you do that, it's just like, oh, you picked up some bad habits from a bad guy. Hypothetically, in my mind, this situation never happened. I don't know why I even took it that far. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, like, whatever, relationships, ups, downs, like, everyone I dated in my life has always been different than the last person, to the point where it's just like, if I had a type, well, I don't know. I'm really going nowhere. This isn't a fully thought thing. During when they were telling everybody, hey, they were doing the thing for essential workers and stuff like that. I was working on the street doing a repair, and then some pretty lady came by and she smiled and she said, hi. And I was like, oh. And then that was it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
You have to capitalize on those moments.
Oh no, I'm not chasing. Hey, you said hi to me.
I thought you said you like to holler at people on the street.
Yeah, as a joke. I don't. In reality, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm the guy with the headphones.
Have you lived anywhere else other than Winnipeg?
No. Oh, not really. In kindergarten, we took a trip to. I think it was my first trip while I had object permanence. To Trinidad, and I was in kindergarten there for like a week or two. That was nice. I was the tallest kid in class in kindergarten. So
yeah,
that was good.
I'll tell you now.
5'10".
No, you can't be. No, you have to be taller than 5'10".
No. I think it's because I'm a legit 5'10".
Because I'm 5'11".
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? Some people are, no. You know what? I'm gonna want to diss people.
No,
that's not a diss. I was gonna say, some people are like 5'10", but they're actually 5'9". But it's just like, they say they're 5'10", and that's good. That's fine. I want an army around me of 5'10".
Why?
Because they're 5'10" and I'm 5'10", and then I walk in as I am the true 5'10". Then all of a sudden it's just like, you look like you're taller. It's like, oh, maybe this is what 6 foot looks like.
You should just wear a wedge on your shoe.
Oh, I don't want. No, it's like a push-up bra. I'm not doing that.
Hey, it's all about look and appearances.
Didn't I already tell you, I want to turn off as many people as I can.
Why?
And then question them about Buffy. And then bring that person into the fold. Because that person doesn't want me for anything outside of, like, I like Kevon, No cheating will happen at that point because, and no lying or anything. Because this person will only be with me. There's no way they could be with anyone else. Because everything I've done has made is so targeted towards one special individual right there, and then you just hit the nail on the head.
I think I would like to explore what you love about Buffy the Vampire Slayer so much.
Oh, okay. Funny enough, I think we had a sleepover at your place, right? It was like, I think that was the first sleepover I ever had, and we watched Blade. Okay. And I don't know if you remember, right?
Why were we allowed to watch Blade? But okay. That sounds like my dad.
Yeah, no, he was awesome.
Yeah.
We had homemade fries. It was a kick-ass time. But yeah, no, we watched Blade, and this movie is like really awesome or whatever. And then you're like, oh, it's not as cool as Buffy, though. He's just like, what a freak. But yeah, no, it must have been like junior high or something like that, where I was just looking for shows to watch on TV, and then I went in and I saw it on DVD. And I was like, it was just a blind buy. I was like, I need something to watch between homework and night shifts and stuff. I don't want to watch boring TV. And I just took it, I popped it in, I started playing it, and I'm just like, yeah, it's just as corny as I remember season 1. And then season 2 happens, and I'm like, oh, wow, this actually has a character development. Then it's like season 3, and I'm just like, wow, like this is an awesome show. And the longer the show went on, the more the characters developed. And then it's just like season 5 hits, they're canceled off WB, they go to UPN. It's like, and then the show just develops, right? Just like me when I'm 16. And then it becomes like this more adult show. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like,
I feel like it went downhill after season 5, didn't it? Because it was supposed to end at season 5. Yeah. And that's when they introduced like her sister. And when you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, season 5 is when the sister comes in. Yeah, people don't like Dawn. I accept her for what she is. I like it. I feel like they could have done more with her in the other seasons. She's a magical key, but they never have her do anything magical, which I guess is the point because she's supposed to be like normal.
I feel like you could write a good fanfic.
Oh, I would write a fanfic. It would be cringy. I think I like this show just because I didn't expect it to be that good, and it was a blind buy, and it exceeded expectations. I expected schmaltz, and I got, I got good stuff. I got hot mustard,
I'm more of a honey mustard kind of guy. A smoky honey mustard.
just like everyone else.
I know, I'm so basic.
Is that basic? I think ranch is the basic thing.
Yeah, I'd agree.
God bless you if you like ranch. I don't know. I like Thousand Island, but I don't love it.
I hear that's the secret sauce for Big Macs.
That's what I tell people. It tastes the same. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. I'm loving it. Do you have sponsorships yet?
No.
Okay. Well,
I wish.
Then whatever. It's not. It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah, McDonald's. Oh man, how sick would that be? McDonald's sponsors this podcast. I like talk about doing all the time.
I mean, they opened up all night, right? So it's just like, it was supposed to be a family restaurant. What kind of families coming in during bar rush? We had so many fights. What a mess.
Okay, so when did you start working at McDonald's?
16, I think. I think it's okay. So there was a series of events. I was dating some chick. Relationship didn't go well. I was like, you know what? It's probably because I don't have any money or a job or a car or any of the other aspects that other people would have when they're dating people. So I need to get a job. So like from 15 to 16, I was like, okay, I got to get a job. So I went up and down the block where I lived, just handing out my resume. Oh, humbling. Because the one place I didn't want to work was at McDonald's. And then I went in and I handed the resume down and they were like, oh, okay, let's have an interview. And I'm like, okay. And then I wore my glasses that I didn't really need, just the same to this day, just to make myself look smarter. But I wear them all the time now. So really it's because I can't see, but I'm lying to myself and to the audience. So I have my interview. Yeah, they say, okay, cool. And then I say, cool, put down your availability. And I say, all right. And I put it down. And then I come on the day that I'm available. And you're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to call you. Then they stuck me in the kitchen and everyone yelled at me for about 3 to 5 months because I didn't know what I was doing because I was never trained. So that's how I got started there. And I didn't quit because the moment I got an interview and I told my mom it went well, she signed me up for a cell phone. So I was indebted. She put me in debt right off the bat. And to this day, my cell phone is pretty much in her name, even though I pay the bills. And we're on a family plan, so now I pay for 2 phones, like a drug dealer.
2 phones.
Yeah, 2 phones. And I won't come off the plan either because it doesn't exist anymore. And the price is too damn good.
It's a good plan.
Yeah.
How many gigs you got?
I got 6 gigs.
You need a new plan, bro.
Yeah,
you can get 60 gigs now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but the plan, man, it's like what, $60 I pay.
You could. It's what you pay for 60 gigs.
Yeah, but that's 2 phones though. Like, if I could get like a plan with 2, I'm sure there's one. I'm lazy, by the way, so I'm never gonna look. But like for 2 phones, $60, 6 gigs, whatever. It keeps me off my phone because it always goes, hell, you're almost out. I only get mad when it's like I can't, when it's over a week. Then I'm like, it's the 18th. I probably didn't use 6 gigs, but maybe I did. I don't know.
6 gigs goes fast. You know, you're watching a podcast or something. I'm like a YouTube addict. I just like fall asleep to YouTube.
Yeah, no, I use it too, but I just kind of go, okay, I like music. I guess I'll get an MP3.
What?
Yeah.
You use MP3 still?
No, I put all the downloads on my phone, so I've been listening to the same music. This is sad, by the way, but I still listen to the same music I listened to since high school. Just that like little period there, just.
Bro.
Yeah.
We need to get you Spotify.
I have Spotify. I'm not using that.
Why?
Because it takes gigs.
You need a new phone plan, bro.
No, I am on the best possible phone plan.
It's not the best plan.
It's the best plan for a man in my situation. I'm in debt because of my own dear sweet mother. And I
You need to cut the mommy strings.
No. She carried me around for 9 months. The least I can do is pay for this phone bill for the rest of her life.
I hope you hear yourself say that.
For the rest of her life, I owe her that much. If only not to worry about her making phone calls ever again. Yeah, I'm a good son.
That's true. Yeah, no, you're a great son. Couldn't agree more.
You're supposed to be like, no, you're insane. I'm taking my shit and I'm leaving. Please don't contact me again.
I would never say that. You're one of my homies. Honestly, bro, you know, life's short and friends come and go, you know, and that's why I've always made a point of trying to stay in touch with people because, I don't know, I'm like a really sensitive person. And so it hurts my feelings when like people don't keep in touch with me. And so there's been times where I'll stop, I'll try to stop, and then I'm just alone, you know, because people have their own lives. They have kids now. We're at that age. Like, friends mean a lot to me. So I would never do that. You're my friend. Unless something happened or I betrayed you or you betrayed me. But we don't really...
I was going to say betrayal, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't really like do any things that warrant betrayal, like, you know. So we're not like business partners or nothing.
Yeah, but play this back in 6 months and see where we're at. You know, that whole thing could fall. Yeah, no, I was thinking betrayal too because of Dante's Inferno. Is that where your mind went or no?
It wasn't. Tell me why your mind went to Dante's Inferno.
Well, it's just the the lowest ring of hell.
Yeah.
You know, there's 9 levels, and the lowest one is for the betrayer. Because, yeah, they deserve the worst, I guess, which makes sense. One day I'll read it. It's on the list.
I beat the video game.
Oh, yeah. Probably real edgy now. I think there's a floor with the babies. Like, which is weird. They should be in purgatory if they're not baptized.
Are you still Catholic?
Yeah, no.
Do you believe in God?
Agnostic.
Yeah, you're not sure what to believe.
Yeah, I'm very confused. My mom is Anglican, right? And then my dad is Catholic. So I went to Anglican church.
Catholic school.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I didn't tell him. Didn't tell him.
You didn't tell him you went to Anglican church?
Yeah, we're all praying to the same God here.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think so.
It was fun seeing the differences, you know, like Anglican, the Church of England. It was like it's like diet Christianity, you know.
Diet?
Yeah, it was like a little bit, but not a lot, right? So you go to Catholic church, confess that you know you go to Anglican church, you're just rapping with the priest, homie. No, it's not like that. But you know, it's yeah, I don't know. I like that church. I like the friends I made along the way. And I like that I don't talk to them anymore because now all I have is good memories. Disappear. Object permanence, be gone. No, it was a good time. I liked it. But now it's like a completely different place. It's wild.
Like church?
Yeah.
Which one?
Mine. My church.
What church do you go to?
No church, I guess. I go to church during the holiday season, I guess. But yeah, no, I was really involved. It was the Holy Trinity Anglican Church. Oof, I'm blowing up their spot. But yeah, no, I went to youth group there. I was part of the youth choir, which was great. I liked that. I didn't like singing, but you know, I liked the activities. So that was fun. I really liked the youth group. I liked everything there. It was a good time. I liked, we had a Christmas pageant. It was a tradition. We'd go every year. We'd participate, me and my mom.
I went to Springs Youth Group, which is like the extreme youth group. You know, they had rock bands and games and I don't know, it was a cool thing to do on Friday nights. Like, what was your youth group like?
It was like drop-in. So, like I said, it was diet Christianity. So, it was like Christians who swore. So, yeah, no, that was nice. It was cool. It was real. They would have human conversations there. But it was like, oh, God, how do I explain it? I don't know. It was like, I don't know. I didn't feel like I was on my back foot going there. I didn't feel like I had to be a different type of person or anything. That thing does not exist anymore. I had a lot of youth pastors, but I'm thinking about one in particular, and he was a cool dude. They were all cool dudes, but the first one that I had, I really liked him.
You didn't get molested, did you?
No.
Okay,
This
good.
is Anglican.
Yeah,
church.
you're right. Sorry.
Right? The Church of England is diet Christianity, not hardcore Christianity. Yeah. Have you talked to Catholics? Sorry to go off tangent here. Man, they are, or I should say, kids that grew up Catholic. I don't know if you were one of them, but it's just like they grow up Catholic and then they just turn their whole back on it.
Oh yeah,
Something happened.
They love sodomy. Yeah, so when I was in high school, there was a Holy Cross school as well. Like, it was a high school. One of my friends and his girlfriend, Catholic, did butt stuff.
It's all coming back. Yeah.
Because that's not vaginal sex, so that doesn't make sense because the Bible's against sodomy.
Yeah.
But you think but you're still a virgin if you do butt stuff. I never understood your old Catholic logic.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that. But yeah, no, I was referring to like from like they're Catholic and then they're just absolutely like, I don't want anything to do with any of that. I think it's because I went to a little bit of Catholic church, I guess, with my dad, internet, and it was too much. Waking up at 6, the mass was like all day, and it's just like, if you're a penitent person, I guess
I don't even know what that means.
If you're really like, oh, I'm really into it, this is the one true path, this is what you have to do, I am a humble servant of the Lord, I can understand why this, but like as a kid, right, you're going to Anglican, you're talking to all these people, you're having a good time, then somebody wakes you up at 6 o'clock in the morning and they say, okay, time to do this, and I'm like, when's school happen? No, Sunday school. It's like, oh, blaze right through nap time. Now you're cranky. Dad didn't like that, not one bit. Oh boy. But yeah, no. If it's anything like that day, obviously it scarred me because I still remember. If that's how it is being Catholic, I can understand why people would be like, not for me. No.
I was dating this girl who was Catholic, but she wasn't really like, she didn't like a practicing Catholic, but lots of people do it for the community. Like if you're Catholic or you identify, you go to that church, you just have a community.
Oh, okay.
Like you just have people who are willing to help you, like no matter what. That's the big reason why people do it.
You can understand that, right? It's the same reason people go and hang out at GameStop. Well, yeah, yeah, I'm being a little shit, but yeah, no, I understand. Everybody, it's nice to be around a bunch of people that you have a lot of commonalities with, and it's like a nice shorthand.
I play Final Fantasy. This is your GameStop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just find somebody. I'm into RPGs. I'm into,
I love Bethesda.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I was so excited for Starfield, and it got such bad reviews. I'm so sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even in that kind of realm, but just looking over the corner of my eye, it seems like Todd, every time he puts out a game, it's just like, and now you guys get to make the game. And it's just like, and then the mods go up the wazoo. So Starfield, I don't think it's, I think it's gonna be with us for a long time. This is just me talking out my butt, because Skyrim.
People still play Skyrim.
Yeah, and there's still mods coming out to this day, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna get in on this. I bought a version of it, and then I bought another version because I'm an idiot, and now it's just like, one of these days I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna get into the and just be like, for this game, and start typing away.
I'm more of a Fallout guy. I tried playing Skyrim. I remember walking for like 30 minutes in a digital forest, and at the time I was like, this is stupid. I'm just gonna go outside and walk. And I just turned it off and went outside.
Oh, your plus 30 sword? That's not good. Yeah, no, I played the beginning. I got it on the Switch, and I got into a place, and then I put it down.
I feel like the Switch is not the best system for that game.
The Switch isn't the best system for any game. Unless you're playing like a Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was good, right? If you never know what good graphics are, excellent console, right? If you only look standard at definition all the time, then you don't know what high def is, so everything's nice. But yeah, no, it was good until I tried to, I got a bunch of armor, and then I reached my cap for capacity or whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to sell this stuff. Can I store it in this barrel and pick it up after? And then I was like, you know what? The FOMO hit, and then I was like, I don't want to make this decision. Again, what do you want to eat? I was like, I don't want to make this decision either. Just, I'll put it away. I'll throw the whole relationship away. I'll put the game down. Don't ask me no questions. I'm done. Just do the thing. Do the thing. I want everything, please. That's why I have the idea of mods. It's just to make everything the way I want it to. I'll change the world. In the digital world.
I think our love for video games might be another reason why we can't get girlfriends.
More girls play video games nowadays than ever before.
It's true.
It's insane. So like pulling teeth when I was younger, and now like they're getting first place in Mario Kart. It's insane. Like playing like like you or me, like humans. It's insane. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I like video games. I don't love them. It's not like I could put it down whenever I want. I just don't want to.
Do you see it as an escape from reality?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's escapism. That's for sure, right? Games, movies, everything is just, it's a good way to unwind from things. Going to the gym is another thing that I should get back into, but I just...
Me too.
Yeah. Now I got a nice healthy gut. I kind of want to cultivate it and see where it goes. I'm getting proud of it. I show it off in the summer. But
with like a button shirt where you have the top button done up, but then you have like it flowing out over your gut.
Maybe.
Really accentuate it.
Getting like a shirt that used to fit, but doesn't fit anymore, and then put it on, and then just every so often just let it tuck it in a little bit, and then just let it pop out, and just, you know, start conversations. Really just be like, hey, how you doing today? I'll have the double cheeseburger, please.
I gotta be very honest. I don't think that's attractive.
What, double cheeseburgers? I mean, yeah, I don't really like cheese.
What? Is it because you're lactose intolerant?
I'm pretty racist when it comes to cheese. I don't like that stuff.
Fuck that white shit.
Yeah, if I could, I would get rid of all cheese. I hate it. I hate cheese.
I have to disagree. Cheese is like one of the main things. It's like a staple food in my diet.
In a lot of people's. This is why I'm not. This is why I'm not hard up for women, because they would bring cheese into my life, and I can't accept that. That's unacceptable to me. No cheese shall enter this place, and they all bring cheese. Even if they're allergic to cheese, they would still bring it, and I can't accept that.
Did that actually happen?
No, but I would. I haven't met a woman yet that just won't do cheese. That just like, no. Even the vegans do cheese.
Charcuterie is amazing. You don't like charcuterie?
I don't know what that is.
What? It's like the meats and cheeses.
No.
That's like a perfect date night.
No.
Some wine, some meats, some cheese, some chocolate.
Put that into like a TV tray, and then I'll just eat it while I play games.
What's your idea of the perfect date?
Oh God. The perfect date. Oh. So me, the OnlyFans model.
It doesn't have to be the OnlyFans model.
Right, so.
A normal girl.
That takes a conversation off the table. I guess, really, it's just talking. That's really what it is. Conversation. I want to pick somebody's brain. I actually want to see what they think and why they think that way. And I kind of want to hear them think a little outside of the box, you know? Like, that would be an interesting date to me. I don't really want to do, I can do small talk and I can do the everyday stuff. That's not a problem, but kind of want to, like, it'd be cool to run concepts by somebody.
What kind of concepts?
Just throw out a hypothetical and you just hear what somebody has to think. I just like the idea of somebody having a reason, you know, like thinking things through. I like to hear why people think a certain way. I think a lot of people have a reason for doing things, but there's a lot of people that don't really, they either don't say it, but to me it feels more like they don't really, this is my fear, that they don't really understand it, you know? Like it's more reaction as opposed to more methodical.
I think that's a lot of people live their lives that way.
Yeah. I mean, like it's not that I'm God, this sounds pretentious, doesn't it?
Nope.
I don't have like a thing where it's just like whatever. But I like what I think about is like, okay, something stupid, like your the favorite color, right? Pink, red, blue, these are the common ones. But if you hear somebody say something like orange.
Orange.
Yeah, somebody says orange. It's kind of like, okay, why orange? That's a weird color to like. I think I only know one person that's ever said orange. And to me, that's like, why? That's an interesting thing. I want to probe into that. I want to find out why orange. Something so small, so stupid, so insignificant, you know? Versus somebody who's just like, oh, my favorite color's pink. It's like, yeah, you know, I can understand why. But then again, I like to make my own fun.
I've always thought the color question's so hard. Because like for me, I don't have a favorite color. I remember one time I tried to pick one and I just like looked in my closet and I was like, oh, I have a lot of blue shirts. I guess it's blue. I think all colors are beautiful. How can you pick one? Just one.
That doesn't mean you hate the colors. It just means like, I don't know. I wouldn't interrogate somebody. Unless, again, I make my own fun. So
Oh, you like yellow? Disgusting.
That would be interesting. I want to hear about the yellow person. That would be interesting.
I'm actually, I don't know. I feel like, you know, I think bright colors like that often look really good on people with darker skin.
Yeah, gold, yellow, silver, stuff like that.
I could see you rocking a yellow shirt.
Yeah, never gonna happen. But yeah,
Why?
I like my primary colors. Maybe it's the tism. Something about wearing the darks and grays. Just anything to not be noticed and just blend in with the crowd.
Really? I do the opposite. I peacock every day. I'm like, look at me.
I can respect that. I can
Like
respect
I actually don't like talking to people. I know it sounds weird, but
Should I leave?
No, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I peacock is people will come up to me and start talking to me. Oh, I like your hat, or oh, I like that outfit, or whatever. So like I don't have to do the work. And then it like immediately qualifies people. If they like my crazy style, that's probably someone I want to talk to. You know what I mean?
It's a good opener, that's for sure.
Why do you think you like blending into the crowd?
I got shit to do. I'm on my way somewhere, I'm doing something, and I'm on my way back. You know what? It's probably because I stick out already.
Really? You think you stick out?
Yeah, like even, okay, so like when I was younger, right? So many things and hobbies that I liked and places that I went. It was just really, and I never really noticed this, but it was like, this is why I probably made up that game. Spot the black person. But yeah, there wasn't really a lot of black people around, and then it was just like, I like this stuff. I like this stuff more than
You're talking kind of like comics and anime and
yeah, you know,
like
all the terrible cringy stuff that I was you know, I can understand why people would kind of build up myself, I guess. I would build like a complex a little bit about that and be like, you know, but then it's just like, well, I like this stuff. People should definitely rightfully bully that out of individuals. You know, for the good of humanity.
Would you consider yourself a weeb?
No, I wouldn't even use any of that. I would blend right in. I'm wearing darks and grays, and then you wouldn't even know, right? I like sports just like everybody else. Ask me about a team, I'll tell you my favorite. You know, I'll rehearse it in the mirror, and then I'll go out and I'll say it right to your face. Go Vikings.
Don't you think that's like ingenuous, like disingenuous? Like what you just said, that you'll rehearse a sports team, and is that true?
No. Well, kind of. I just like playing around with people. Again, I just like to see how people think. So a lot of what I do is I just needle them. I want to see, again, what you think and why you think that way. But yeah, no, I guess I would say something like that, but I wouldn't actually stick with it. I'd be like, oh, I actually don't know anything about sports, you know? Yeah. Oh, actually, once, right, I was doing oh God, this is the last time I did it too. I was doing an install. And yeah, it was during Deflategate. Right, and I listened to the Bill Burr podcast, and he loves Boston, or maybe he hates Boston. I forget. The Patriots. He either loves and or hates them. I haven't listened to it in a long time. And he put up some points on why he thought it was legitimate and or not legitimate. I went into a Minnesota Vikings fan's house, and he was saying stuff about sports, and then I just casted it off to him about Deflategate and all the things that I cribbed that note over there and just plopped it down there. And I'm just like, oh, what about this? What about that? And he was like, oh, and then it was off, and he was having like a discussion with me, and then that's when the facade, all the kayfabe just dropped. I'm like, I don't know anything about sports, man. And he's like, oh, buddy, you got me going. And I'm just like, oh boy. And then it was a battle. And I was doing the fastest install I possibly could because it was just like, oh no. It was good, but it's just like, I couldn't keep up with him. And I'm just like, well, what about this? And he's like, I don't know about sports, guy, but I'm gonna hit you with this one. I couldn't let it go. I was like a dog with a bone. And that's the last time. Now anybody asks me, I go, I don't know sports. I have no clue, right? I'll listen to you talk.
There's the shit disturber.
I like it. It makes me smile. Yeah, you know?
No, me too. I'm also a shit disturber. No, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing with us. I really appreciate it.
You're one of the few to see my humble abode right around the Christmas time. Or afterwards. So.
It's beautiful. Lovely, lovely house.
It's a house.
That's the life and times.